For the first time in Australian history, the Defence Reserve will be deployed to fire zones across the country. HMAS Adelaide will be deployed and new aerial water bombers are on the way as the Prime Minister steps up the federal government response.
In damage control, the Prime Minister steps up the national bushfire response.
So today's decision puts more boots on the ground, puts more planes in the sky, puts more ships at sea.
For the first time in Australia's history, 3,000 Defence reservists will be called in to help in the fire zone.
It is to move in and to move forward, particularly in areas that have been devastated by fire.
Reservists who are called out will be placed on compulsory continuous full-time service for the duration of the call-out order.
More Defence resources will be deployed, including HMAS Adelaide, which will head towards the New South Wales coast, ready to respond.
The Adelaide is fully equipped for disaster relief and humanitarian aid.
Defence bases from Brisbane to Adelaide will be transformed into accommodation for displaced residents. 4 new fire bombers will also be leased, costing $20 million after a request from the Aerial Firefighting Centre.
I've asked for one. We've given them 4.
The first 2 bombers are expected to arrive within 7 days.
The Commonwealth will fully fund the leasing costs, with operational costs to be shared with state and territories.
The federal government will no longer wait for states to ask for assistance, with the National Security Committee agreeing to get on the front foot. It's a change of tone from just 2 days ago.
What you cannot have in these situations is governments stepping over the top of each other in responding to a natural disaster like this. From a posture of respond to request, to move forward and to integrate with the local response.
The Morrison government will also set up a national agency to deal with the bushfire response. It's similar to agencies that have been established to deal with the drought and floods. For another day, though, the Prime Minister was on the defensive over his frosty reception in the fire-ravaged town of Cobargo.
I mean, I was the first senior leader to go into Cobargo. And I understand the first person who was going to walk into that town was going to feel the anger and the fury and the frustration.
I think the footage speaks for itself.
Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.